The Amish and Mennonites both trace their origins to the same radical Christian movement of the 1500s, the Anabaptists, who believed in adult baptism, simplicity, and nonviolence. Over time, these two groups took very different roads. The Amish chose separation, retreating from the modern world to protect their faith and community. The Mennonites chose engagement, living among society while holding to similar beliefs. Yet, though they look similar on the surface, their daily lives, dress, and worldview differ in ways most people don't realize. Below are the first few key differences that define them. 1. Technology and modern life. The most visible difference lies in how each group views technology. The Amish largely reject electricity, automobiles, and digital devices, believing they create pride, dependency, and moral distraction. They rely on horses for travel and lanterns for light. Mennonites, by contrast, often embrace technology as long as it's used responsibly. Many drive cars, use cell phones, and even work in offices, though conservative Mennonite groups still limit their use. In short, Amish avoid modernity to preserve purity. Mennonites use it to serve purpose. 2. Approach to education. Amish children typically attend one-room schoolhouses run by their communities, ending formal education around the 8th grade. They believe practical skills, farming, carpentry, homemaking, matter more than academics. Mennonites, however, encourage higher education. Many attend public schools, universities, and even pursue professional careers while maintaining strong religious values. So, while the Amish value simplicity of the mind, Mennonites value understanding the world without conforming to it. 3. Clothing and dress code. Amish dress is plain, uniform, and unchanged for centuries. Dark colors, broad-brimmed hats, bonnets, suspenders, and aprons. There are no zippers, jewelry, or printed fabrics. Mennonites also dress modestly but vary widely, from conservative plain dress groups who wear coverings and cape dresses to modern Mennonites who dress like anyone else. The Amish dress for separation. Mennonites dress for humility within society. 4. Church buildings and worship. Most Amish congregations worship in homes or barns rather than church buildings, emphasizing community and equality. Services are long, unadorned, and entirely in Pennsylvania Dutch or High German. Mennonites, on the other hand, meet in dedicated church buildings, often with music, sermons, and group activities. Some use instruments and English in worship. For the Amish, the sacred is found in simplicity. For Mennonites, it's found in shared community life. 5. Relationship with the outside world. Amish communities practice a strict boundary called Gelassenheit, yielding to God through separation. They avoid public influence, politics, and worldly entertainment. Mennonites, however, actively engage the world, working in missions, education, healthcare, and disaster relief. You'll find Mennonite organizations like MCC, Mennonite Central Committee, providing aid globally. The Amish preserve faith by isolation. The Mennonites express faith through involvement. The Amish and Mennonites are like two branches of the same tree, one reaching inward, the other outward, both rooted in peace, both guided by humility, but each growing in a very different direction. Language and communication. Amish people primarily speak Pennsylvania Dutch at home and High German in worship. English is used only when interacting with outsiders or reading. It's a cultural safeguard, a linguistic wall that keeps modern influences at bay. Mennonites, however, use English almost universally today. While some older or more conservative branches still speak Pennsylvania Dutch, most have transitioned to English for both daily life and worship. This linguistic openness reflects their willingness to integrate into wider society while maintaining their identity. 7. Church leadership and structure. Amish congregations are small, usually about 20-30 families, and led by a bishop, minister, and deacon, all chosen by lot, a random draw believed to reflect God's will. There's no central authority or hierarchy beyond the local community. Mennonite churches, in contrast, have more formal structures. Pastors are often trained in seminaries, and many churches belong to organized conferences with regional and national leadership. While both groups value humility and service, Mennonites see education as part of spiritual stewardship, while the Amish see simplicity and obedience as proof of faith. 8. Marriage and dating customs. Among the Amish, courtship is discreet and rooted in tradition. Couples begin dating in their late teens, often during Rumspringa, a period when young people experience limited freedom before deciding on baptism and church membership. Weddings are large but modest, often held at home, and marriage is for life. Divorce is forbidden. Mennonite dating is less restricted. They encourage prayerful discernment rather than strict community oversight. Weddings may take place in churches and often resemble modern Christian ceremonies. Mennonites accept divorce and remarriage in some circumstances, though the community still values lifelong commitment. 9. Church discipline and excommunication. The Amish practice shunning, Meidung, a form of social avoidance for those who leave or disobey the Ordnung, church rules. It's meant not as punishment, but as a call to repentance. Even family members will limit contact, eating, or business with someone under shunning. Mennonites also practice church discipline, but focus more on counseling and reconciliation. Excommunication exists, but it's rare and less socially severe. The Mennonite goal is restoration, not separation, showing their belief that faith grows through grace, not fear. 10. Interpretation of the Ordnung, church rules. Amish life is guided by the Ordnung, an unwritten code of behavior decided by the local community. It dictates everything from dress to transportation and even phone use. The Ordnung changes slowly, if ever, and is reaffirmed twice a year. Mennonites don't have a single Ordnung. Instead, they follow confessions of faith and church guidelines that allow flexibility. This openness lets Mennonites adapt to cultural shifts while keeping spiritual discipline intact. Where the Amish seek to preserve, Mennonites seek to balance. The Amish and Mennonites both believe faith must shape daily life, but the Amish believe that means resisting the world, while the Mennonites believe it means redeeming it. 11. Transportation and travel. The Amish are instantly recognized by their horse-drawn buggies, a defining symbol of separation from modern society. Each community designs its own buggy style: black in Lancaster County, gray in Ohio, brown in Indiana, a subtle mark of regional identity. They believe avoiding cars prevents pride, speed, and unnecessary travel. Mennonites, however, generally drive cars. Even conservative Mennonite groups allow vehicles, though they may be plain-colored and free of chrome or fancy interiors. To the Amish, the world slows down by choice. To the Mennonites, it's managed with restraint. 12. Use of technology. Technology remains the great dividing line. Most Amish reject public electricity and computers, using only what's necessary for survival: oil lamps, hand tools, and sometimes generators for essential machinery. Their concern isn't the device itself, but the dependence it creates. Mennonites take a broader approach. They embrace technology for education, work, and communication, provided it doesn't conflict with their values. Many Mennonites use phones, drive tractors, and even operate websites. 13. Work and occupation. Amish men traditionally farm, build furniture, or work as carpenters, while women focus on home, garden, and food preservation. Their goal is self-sufficiency. However, in recent years, some Amish have opened small businesses, quilt shops, bakeries, and woodworking shops, that allow them to remain within community rules. Mennonites, in contrast, work in every field imaginable, from teaching and medicine to global aid work. They believe in being in the world, but not of it, meaning their faith should influence their jobs rather than isolate them from society. For the Amish, work sustains the community. For Mennonites, it connects them to the world.